Hello and welcome. This is day 1 out of 5 of creating a web game in Rust. Um, so yeah, what we're going to do is take the box game we already created in the past few weeks and make some, make some more improvements on it. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and share my screen. All right, here we go. So last week, we got the signaling server live so that our version that's on our deployment that's on GitHub pages would work. So people would not have to compile and run it locally to try this out. I did notice, however, recently that does not actually work. And I'll just show you guys. We overlooked something. And that was on developers GitHub.io/box game. And the error we get is here. No, up here. Mixed content, right? Because I guess browsers nowadays automatically default to HTTPS, which is fine, but the URL we specified is not. It should have been WSS for this to be happy. And we didn't notice this before because we were just testing on localhost, and those I guess it doesn't check for certificates. Like this doesn't matter when you're just testing locally, but on the web, this is where it gets relevant. So I'm not sure if a certificate's automatically provisioned by DigitalOcean, or if we have to request one or do some steps on our own. But here's a way we could test really quick. If because if we go, okay, hold on. I guess here. Yeah, how can we test that? I mean, I guess try it. You could try running it locally. Yeah, let's just update the URL we have in the game here and see if it works. Right. We try it locally. If there's no certificate, I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure that it's going to fail. But we can also, I guess, compile it. Okay, what happened here? WebRTC channel is private. Oh, right. Okay, so some of the stuff we did last week, we comment that out for now. I guess this too. All right, I'll get back to this after we deal with the certificate. Oh, yeah. This is gonna break, isn't it? I mean, the game won't run like this, but yeah, we'll get right back to that. We'll get right back to this as soon as we figure out the HTTPS situation. Okay. Did I miss here? Okay. All right. So we'll compile this, run it locally, and we'll see. We get that same error. Oh, well, not the same error, but if we get an error at all. All right, let's go ahead and open this up. That worked. Here we go. And don't see an error. It looks like it's okay, locally at least. So now let's update and push that to what was it? GitHub. Yeah. And make sure that it is indeed happy when it's actually coming from a real, quote unquote, real web page. So for that, in the README here, just copying commands that we wrote. We're going to build this in the proper way so that we have these web files updated. Because what we've been testing with just does that automatically for us, just it's faster and more convenient, but we do need the files to be here for github.io to use. Yeah. We're using this docs folder right here, and inside of GitHub, we set up the settings so that it's using it's serving that folder inside of a page using the GitHub Pages feature. Yeah. Right now it's just on GitHub. It's just got on GitHub Pages, but like through their URL, like gamedev.github.io. So we can definitely update that URL to point to our own domain. Yeah, I don't think we did that yet, but while we're waiting, let's maybe go have a look. Settings and then pages. All right, I don't think we have it set up yet. Yeah, but yeah, maybe we'll do that. Like we'll do that after we make sure that it works. We can just add some DNS records. We have the domain gamedev.com, so we'll do like something. Or maybe we'll leave it lit for later because depending on how this goes, we might even change the name of the game. But yeah, okay, here we go. Connection. Oh. I didn't see this before. Weren't we connected? Oh yeah. Okay, sorry. We're not serving this anymore. Because we're compiling some we cancel that. It's not an issue. What we want is to check this one, but we'll have to refresh. Once this is done, it does take a little longer. I think the way what we have in our compile flags, I think. We have a few optimizations for like the size so that it loads fast in the browser. Okay, so now we'll do the bind gen. That's quick. And then WASM opt will further reduce the size. And that's also quicker than the initial cargo build. I think If I recall, it takes a few seconds. But I could be wrong, but yeah, I think it was quicker. All right, so when that's done, we'll go ahead and push our changes. Not all of them, because we kind of have some work in progress here for some other stuff. Oh yeah, but we compiled it with this. All right, well, that's kind of dumb. So should we just discard all this we're doing last week? All right, you know what, I'll stash it. I'll create a stash. And then I'll have to recompile again. Just because I don't want to deploy basically a broken version. Yeah, so I'll stash cargo.toml, the main, and the rest I think is good. Yeah, so this is all what I'm intending to commit. These two I'm gonna stash for now, and then I'll apply them back after I've compiled. Stash staged. Temporary. So just so you can see, here's my stash. It's just off of here, so that way it won't interfere with what I'm compiling right now. Yeah. So sorry about that. We'll have to rebuild. That'll take a little. But yeah. And hopefully it's happy about this on GitHub. I can't really tell, just running it locally on my browser. It seemed to be happy with it, but you know, that might mean it was just using WS without a certificate. You always say like HTTPS, but WSS just, I don't know, sounds weird to me. Don't hear that usually, but it's a secure version of WebSockets. Yeah, so while this is compiling, maybe we'll take a look at, let's go back to where I was here, GitHub pages. Yeah, so maybe custom domain, probably subdomain with like the name of the game, like boxgame.gamedevs.com. I mean, it'd have, yeah, because there's some other thing. Gamedev.com is used for a few things, including the Matchbox server that we're running, signaling server that allows the browsers to set up the peer-to-peer connection initially. So yeah. Let's see. Box game. And then these two VGGRS we'll need later, so we'll leave those open. Yeah, while we're waiting, let's go to the stash. Just look at what we're doing here. So from last week, the way the peer-to-peer stuff is set up here is using Matchbox and VGGRS. And the way that's set up is, you know, you kind of you connect to the signaling server and you expect a certain number of players to join, I guess, kind of lobby. And then when all the players are joined, then it starts the game. And then it's gone from the lobby, right? So no one can join without any changes. No one can join once the game's already started. Yeah. So that's what I was curious about, like how could we change this up a little bit so that, you know, people could join on an ongoing basis, right? Maybe you can start the game alone potentially, and then have all the players join as you go along. Yeah, and okay, it's compiled. just run the next command. And the final one. Right. Yeah, and the issue we're having, well, the main one that I was trying to deal with is once it's done in the lobby, it takes a channel from the socket here is what's referring to Matchbox socket. And this is where I guess the communication happens in the lobby between the signaling server and the peers. And that's how you track people getting connected and stuff. And then it takes the channel and puts it into we added the stuff, but into a GGRS session. And then from that point we couldn't get any messages from people joining or trying to join the same room, right? Because it wasn't connected to the signaling server. Well, I assume because it wasn't connected to the signaling server anymore. So yeah, we're started investigating into that last week, and I think we're gonna go further into that this week. Yeah. All right, so this is all compiled, and we've got our changes here. This and what we compiled. So let's go ahead and write a message here for connection. All right, I think that's good enough. All right. Yes. Now this, push that. And I don't know how long it takes for GitHub to update and use the latest commit, but I think it's usually pretty fast. So let's just go ahead and refresh, maybe. I don't know, maybe I need to open it up again because I'm not sure I cleared those errors. But, oh, okay, I didn't copy paste that properly. Would have been gamedev dot GitHub. Yeah, there we go. Hopefully it's happy, but if not, we'll have to configure. Oh, what's this? No work's been submitted for this frame. That seems unrelated, but also okay. Okay, mixed content. Yeah, I mean, I think we still using the old one. Does it say the URL we're using somewhere? Maybe that might be in. Okay, yeah. This is still not updated. Maybe if we refresh. Still mixed content. So this, let me make sure that we actually have what we want on the latest commit. Yeah, okay. So it should be that. It should be by default using the updated URL. Yeah, so it does take a bit of time to update, I guess, on GitHub pages. I guess we can know if it's updated. Maybe if I refresh. 2 minutes ago. All right, let's give that a try. I don't know what this error is about. Still not using the URL that I wanted. We can force it to use that URL actually. I think matchbox equals, let's go ahead and copy it. Not this one, the new one. So happy with this? I believe so. Invalid fonts. Okay, but this is a warning. Yeah, I guess something failed related to getting the font for some reason. Maybe it's not being put in the right location. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll fix this because we should have something written here. Yeah, we failed to get the font. I think we just put in the wrong path. All right. So if I open a second one, these really do need to be in separate windows. Otherwise, the inactive one kind of goes to sleep. And the communication just either doesn't happen or only happens when I switch tabs. I'll refresh this one. Okay, well, yeah, it loaded something. Kind of messily, small window like this, but yeah, disconnected. I can control. There we go. There I am. All right. But yeah, we'll fix the font. Noticed that one before. So yeah, but good to know that we don't need to provision a certificate. Looks like DigitalOcean already handled it. So great. All right. Let's go to our box here and fix that file path. So we've got, so we're referring to assets. The error was saying it is looking for, well, I mean, it's serving from within docs, and then it was looking for assets in there. So assets need to be copied over to as well. So if we go to here, I guess our deployment, our build steps here, we need to add a command to, yeah, copy over this folder. So I think our assets is only our fonts, but you know, if we had more assets, this would definitely be even more problematic. But yeah, even just the font is kind of problematic. You can't see anything. So let's see. Can I do copy? How does this go? Okay, from the root assets. Copy assets to docs/assets. And I'm not sure on Windows will be happy with this, but hopefully we will. Rather have, yes, okay. Perfect. Or not. I don't see anything in here. Where's the fonts? Okay, this did not work. Assets into docs. Do I have to do something like a recursive? No, never mind. Oh, it's there. Assets/assets. Okay, I'm still copying, I guess. But yeah, so not /assets, just docs. Let's just delete this assets. All right. So once it's done copying, so I guess it's not done. Or maybe this is just not refreshed yet. So refresh, no. Thought it worked earlier. Does this pop up? And one thing here, you know, maybe we should be deleting and then copying, because like, what if we remove an asset? Then again, maybe it's not an issue because that asset wouldn't be, less likely would not be used if you just remove it. And I guess we could also say, like, why even have two asset folders? And that's because we're using these assets when we're building locally. And then this one is being used when it's built and up on GitHub pages. Maybe we could somehow refer to both, but I'm not sure that this could refer up one, because GitHub pages only see the docs, and then we could maybe have like some kind of symbolic link from assets into here. But then again, I like having the ability to just delete docs entirely and just recreate it. So, okay, so I'm not sure why assets is just not working here, even when I refresh. If I try to copy again, directory exists. What command did I run? I mean, that's the only thing I run away. Docs /assets. Weird. I did the -r, but that failed. Oh, why did it fail though? Was it like directory already exists? Yeah. It's very weird. Let's just delete this and try that again. Yeah, I think that was it. Assets. Yeah, I have to have the -r in there. And the thing is, it already exists. What's the kind of overwrite? I don't remember. Terminal. Copy -r overwrite, or like force or something. Can use that -f. RF. Okay. I just try RF. I think that's what usually works. R is for recursive. F, I guess, is for force. Oh no, what's this? And that might just be because we're on Windows. No, doesn't matter if I reverse it. Still happy. Do I have to do like a -- force or something? That's really ambiguous. Maybe a capital F. So I think it wants it separate and wants it really save -force. Or was it -- or just one or two dashes? What did it say earlier? Possible matches, just one dash. Okay. -force. And this is probably only the Windows command. Yeah. So for Linux, I don't have a way to easily test that right now. That's all. Okay. I think it should be like RF or something. Yeah. If you're on Mac or Linux, and you give this a try, let me know. It's probably RF. But if not, yeah, let me know. Yeah, debating whether I should. Yeah, I'll just leave it like this for now. I think, I don't know if most of you guys are on Windows or Mac or Linux. Be curious about that, let me know. Just comment. All right. So that's done. And so let's, oh yeah, we still need to recompile. Do we? No, we don't. Because we already did that. And this is just the assets. So include assets. And we've got a few commands here. Maybe later we'll set up like a script so we can do it in one command. All right, so GitHub pages should be getting that now. Hasn't deployed yet. There should be a message here. All right, well, we'll take a look later. In the meantime, I mean, it should work, but still take a look later. Right, so let's pop back our stash. Here, apply stash. So we get those files back we were working on, and we don't need this stash anymore. Stash. Okay. So I won't recompile yet because I know this wouldn't really work. It compiles, but this session would be started, and so the game wouldn't be synced up. All right. So let's uncomment all this and deal with the actual errors. Oh, except this was an actual comment. And let's work on the actual file here. Here, that was just the dependencies. Okay. Where's the main? Right, there we go. And we got our here. Okay. Close all this. Did I? Yeah, no matter. I can close these. It's fine. A lot of open stuff here. No. That's fine. Okay. Just want to take a quick look. I'm gonna forget. Okay. There we go. Wait. Oh, okay, refreshed the other one here. So this worked. Let me just make sure they're on separate pages. Oh, that's the thing. Like when the screen's this small, you really can't see properly. Although when I'm testing locally, it seems to resize it differently. So maybe I'll have to look at the difference between those two. But yeah, I'm satisfied that this works for a regular user that's just using the full screen like this. All right, so let's just close this up. And close that. Okay, all right. So now that's fixed. Let's right, take a look here. So what I was trying to do here last week is kind of instead of tagging the channel, and then that channel is no longer available as part of socket. I suspect that that's what's making it stop detecting new players and stuff. I was going to forward anything coming from here into another channel, and we'll do that two ways, right? Forward, back and forth from GGRS, and that may be the way to do this, to have these both working simultaneously, so that people could still not join this session without some additional changes, but we'd at least be able to receive or detect new connections of players into our room. Yeah. So yeah, so that's what we're doing here. We're missing a bunch of parts to make this actually work. Just creating the channels here. And then of course it's not happy because, oh, okay, hold on a second. WebRTC channel. Why is that private? Oh, WebRTC channel. Okay, right. So this is a little problematic. So the web, well, we can fix this, but WebRTC channel is the type that's expected when we do start P2P session. Now, if we create our own like instance of this, we can't specify like it's private, so we can't change, we can't manually set these, right? And that's what we're trying to do. So we'll have to set these to private no matter what, because there's no function to create a new one that allows us to, you know, bypass that limitation. Like the only thing we have here is like, I guess, yeah, nothing. WebRTC channel, it just has to be created within the library. Like there's nothing we can do about that. Right? Yeah, that's all. We just have the receive and the send. Yeah, so either we change, I mean, either we create like our own version of this and we change start P2P session to accept that, and maybe accept like what does it want? Okay, oh, we don't need to change it. We just need it to implement non-blocking socket. And where's this interface? So it just needs to have it for it to have these two functions. Right. So the only thing is we can't use this type. So we can create our own type as long as it implements those two functions, and we should be fine. Cool. Let me see. Yeah, I think we'll just go ahead and copy the web, what was it called? WebRTC channel. Yeah. So we'll copy the struct. Do I copy all these? Okay, it's just this comment. So the struct, implementation, and I think that's all we need. Let me make sure there isn't something else like implementing something for WebRTC channel. Nope. So that's really all it is, just a type with two functions, which is great for us because that will be a lot easier to create our own. All right, so I really don't want to stuff everything into the main. So, I mean, I had created a file before. I guess I'll create it again. I don't remember what I named it last time, but maybe we'll call it something Matchbox related, I guess, or like peer-to-peer. Yeah, let's just call it p2p.is. Yeah. Okay, so we have our own version of WebRTC channel, has the functions we need, and is okay. We need to make sure that we're using this. So Xbox game use P2P. And mod as well. And that should be good. It's gonna need to import all this stuff. Already added those to the cargo. So let's go ahead and add those Your ID. And we'll probably run into other ones of these types at some point that are private. We already forked the repositories in case we need to make like tons of changes, but in most cases, like if it's something small like this, we might not even have to fork them. But we'll see how deep we have to go. All right, so this should be good. And on the main, we're down here, yeah. So now our WebRTC channel, this one's referring to the library one. That's the only place that we're doing that, so we don't need to import this anymore. And since we're already using everything from there, that should be enough to tell it where to get it. Yeah. Okay, channel. Okay, so what else do we need to satisfy this? Non-blocking socket. Yeah, I guess this trait is implemented for it somewhere. Implementations don't just happen automatically in Rust. But sometimes you have macros or stuff that will do it for you. But looks like in this case, I just have to do I just have to implement this to call whatever. What is a T address? Oh, okay, what I want to do is look for where this is done for the original. Because we copied it, we have the, what's this? Pure ID packet. Is that what the A is? I mean, the generic in there. Okay, here it is. So message address. Address is A's address, wasn't I don't remember. But yeah, A. That's the second argument here. And that's we have a vec. All right. So what was the error we were getting? Trait bound, it's not satisfied. On other types implement. Okay, it looks like we could do this. Can I do that? I just add as. I don't have to do anything else, I think. Not sure, but we'll know soon enough. I'll do it here. I have to import this. Yeah, this is from GGRS. Then cast and size type. Consider using a box. I don't want to use a box here because that's already what it's going to do in there. Yeah, I shouldn't need to add this, right? Maybe it's telling me this because I'm trying to put it into a variable. That's if I did it directly into here. And that's the wrong place. Here. probably the same thing. Or reference. Yeah, did it want a reference? I guess a reference to the result. But yeah, this is not how I wanted to go. Even if it did work. Just kind of feels a bit messy. What's the quick fix gonna tell? Okay, is that enough? No. Quick fix is not always not always gonna work for you, but sometimes it gives you some good stuff. All right, so let's not do that. The original WebRTC channel didn't have anything in the same file. That's where I looked. But let's go have another look at that. Be this type, right? Yeah, and then let's see, go to implementations, maybe. Here we go. This is what we're missing. It was in a different file. And it looks like that's all we need. So we'll go ahead and copy that. And paste it in here. I'll probably have to import this. Or maybe not. This one though, we'll have to. If I can. Okay. And what else? Build cannot find function. Cannot find value. All right, so let's go look for this function side of socket. Was it? No, where was it? Did I already close it? No, I'm after, we'll find it again. We did find, go to implementations. Maybe find all implementations, because then it popped up like a little pop-up and then we can get back to it. So here, this one. So we got this, and now we're missing build packet. And hopefully this is all we need. Deserialize packet. It's also a function, but, or it's a future, I should say. This doesn't actually get called here. And I think this is all we need. Hopefully. Sometimes copying stuff like this, you end up going down a rabbit hole. Okay, we need bin code. And that's not imported either. Let's make sure we got the right version. Which library is this? Matchbox. Okay, well, yeah, because we changed it to point to our forked version, but we didn't make any changes there yet. But we can easily go there to Matchbox. Matchbox socket. Did I fork that one? Choose Matchbox. Yeah, I think so. Let me check the here. What am I pointing to? Am I here? Yeah, I think I'm on this tag. Yeah. All right, so let's go look at the version of bin code. Because I'd rather use the same version since I can. Yeah, I gotta look at Matchbox server. Here we go. And then bin code should be in here. I don't see it though. Wasn't it like Matchbox socket? Yeah, I think it's using this one. as a dependency. I remember seeing Matchbox socket up there in the path. Yeah, right here. So this is probably where we find it. Bin code. There we go. And there we go. I'll paste that into our tool. And we'll have to clean this up, but for now, I guess we'll add it here along with our futures channel we had to add in a similar way. And hopefully that will make it happy. It's still indexing, but I think we resolved all of them. And then the main, this looks happy as well. Rest analyzer is still going, so not guaranteed yet, but it's looking good. All right, so create this channel. We've got the GGRS to Matchbox sender, Matchbox to GGRS receiver. That's what P2P session needs, and then we need to create the other side that will forward that stuff back into the channel here. We don't actually want to take the channel, so comment that out. Yeah, looks like rest analyzer is done. I don't see any red. Oh wait. Bin code probably. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna let it quick fix it for me. Probably can't. Hold on a minute. Undeclared clear module. Did we not add this to the cargo tool? We did. So I'm not sure what's wrong with it. We'll go ahead and probably run sometimes rest analyzer accept. Okay. Apparently it's undeclared. So should work. Just like everything else. Just like how it's using GGRS to get message. I maybe added to the wrong place. This is dependencies. That's where it should be. Bin code. Features. Yeah, to enable this in the features. I don't think so. Yeah, because we're just importing it directly here. And I can't even find out. Can't even detect this here. That's kind of odd. Okay, here. Yeah. Why can't it find this? Maybe there's another error. No, don't know. Looks like that's the only thing. Weird. I mean, all right, I'll just do use bin code. I can't even find it. Okay, I must have a typo somewhere. It's spelled the exact same way. I don't know. Bin code does exist though. right here. Dependencies, this is where it goes. Optional true, is this the issue here? Maybe because it's optional true, and I'm not saying it's required, but I mean, I need it. I don't know why, socket, matchbox, yeah, I think that's what the issue was. It's optional, so it wasn't included by default. It's optional true, so maybe it's only been included because we're using maybe GTRS or something. Something's using it, making it no longer optional. I'm not sure what. I mean, we're using the only feature we're using is GTRS. So guess GTRS uses that somehow somewhere. Oh, there we go. Features GTRS uses bin code and GTRS. So yeah, let's go ahead and rebuild. It should be happy now. I don't actually need this line. Private fields. Oh yeah, okay. Don't need this. Also, this can be public. Maybe I should rename this reverse CC channel. It could end up being ambiguous or confusing at some point. You can name it like custom reverse channel or something. Okay, so it's running. Let's go back and actually test this because it's not actually going to work. It's just compiled. So this side of the equation is done, but now we need to handle these other two that are unused for now, and have them forward whatever comes in through here. Well, whatever comes in through the receiver here into the sender, right? GTRS to match. I think I named these carefully so that I would know what they mean by it. So let me think about it. GTRS to matchbox. This is the matchbox one, and this is the GTRS one. So GTRS sends me something. I need to send it back to hold on a second. So matchbox to GTRS sender. I'm going to use this to send stuff, and then GTRS to max. Okay, yeah. So one of these I'm going to use to receive, the other is to send, and I have to basically listen for whenever this channel is sending or receiving, and use the appropriate channels. All right, so I'm gonna have to do that somewhere where I can have this ongoing behavior. Maybe I could do it in a separate system, but I'm gonna need these, so I'm gonna have to put these somewhere where I can use them. Maybe in a resource that I can use from within a Bevy system. Let me see, because I do want it to handle these as soon as possible, and if it's in a system, it's only going to run every frame, I guess. That might not be ideal. I mean, if I put these in a future, I think that would be ideal. But where are those futures going to run? Where is, maybe if I look at the original WebRTC channel, because it must be doing some stuff for sure somewhere, right? Like receiving the messages. Right, so this is okay, so I think this is just the functions, but So we created our own version of this. Let me think for a second. Right, okay, that's fine. This is being okay, so it's part of socket. If I go to socket, which is in Matchbox socket type, the struct holds the WebRTC socket. And then where is this actually running though? Does like right? Is there like a listen somewhere? Like somewhere it's got to be listening for messages on that socket, right? So how far am I? Right, okay. It's still okay. No, I don't see it here. Could have maybe missed it if I skimmed over it too fast. Insert resource. So maybe there's a Bevy system that's doing it. Maybe they're using Bevy for it. Right. Well, this is for the right. This thing is from functions. Commands that spawn. Matchbox socket from builder. From builder. This returns builder.builds. I think this is where. Yeah, okay. So I have to do something similar, I think. Potentially. This is still not though. Maybe in this one, maybe run socket. Okay, yeah, I think this is where we're looking at. We have the future signaling loop. All right, so it looks like we're gonna have to create our own little loop that just to forward stuff from one to the other. Right. Oh, you know what? Since we're only forwarding, wait a minute. Those channels are private, so I can't access them. Okay. I don't have to recreate all of this. So how am I going to forward those messages? Because I have the channels from this side I need to use, but the socket, the channels here, I can actually access these. Right. Is there anything maybe in socket that oh, not this one. In Matchbox socket to access them? I think by then it's no longer accessible already. Once this has been built up. Okay, I can write. Can I read though? I mean, it looks like I can write. Writing is the easy part though. Okay, maybe I can read though. Can I? Or yeah, no, writing is the easy part, and then reading is it like multiple producer, single consumer. So only one place can read at a time anyway. with these types of channels. That would be this. There are other channels that work differently, but okay. So I mean, if I have channel, there's two functions, right? That I can use. Receive. I can receive and send. Yeah, I can do that. So maybe if I create a system that because instead of take channel, I can do like, just channel. That'll give me like a reference. And no unwrap, I think. Yeah, so that gives me mutable reference, and then on that channel, I can call send or receive. Yeah, so that should be good. I don't need to access the channels, the underlying channels directly. We should be able to just call the functions. So yeah, but this function here, this Bevy system, is gonna stop running once this transition to in-game. This only runs in the lobby. And so I want to keep forwarding that stuff afterwards. So yeah, I'll create a resource with these two. And this is already in a resource. All right. So time is up, but let me just write some comments so we know what to do tomorrow. Create resource, or I'll say store in a resource. Okay. Then a game system. A Bevy system that runs in game. System that runs in that needs forward messages by calling channel what are those functions again? Send and receive. Okay, well, this much. Okay, I won't write this. Just for just to and from match. Okay. To and from. All right, so yeah. So tomorrow we'll go ahead and create that system. We'll create a resource where we can store these two, and then the system will use them to call send and receive on this. And I think that should take care of the forwarding, hopefully. And what that will do is the GGRS session should run just how it always did without any issue. But we should still have the socket channel that we can use to detect, to listen for newly connected players and stuff. Those newly connected players won't be part of the session. They won't be part of the game, but we can maybe from that point figure out how to give them the latest state of the game, and then add them into the pool of players. Yeah, so but yeah, first we'll make sure we can even communicate with these new players joining the game. So that's what this should do. All right, so that's all for today. Hope you enjoy this. If you did, like, share, subscribe, follow, or whatever whatever you like, helps out. And let me know if there's anything you want to see. Maybe you're not joining live, but maybe you watch these not live. Well, I'm happy to I read all the comments, so let me know. All right, so I'll see you tomorrow, and thanks for watching. Bye.